Hi, my name is John Roth, and welcome to my tutorial on how to create a library and a library icon in Windows. And this is in Windows 7, but it will work in Windows 8 and Windows 10. Excuse me. Okay, let's get started. What I'm talking about is a library. So these are libraries. And you can see I've created a couple, one called books, one called code, and one called ideas. So today we're going to create one called recipes. So that's all you do is you right click and go new and click on library. Now you have to be in the libraries to do that. I'm just going to delete that. And before I do that, actually, let's go to the desktop really fast. And let's just create a folder. New folder. And call, that's kind of a long way to do it. You can also just click on new folder like that. So delete those. New folder and say call it recipes. Okay. Now if we go back to our library, we can right click, say new, and library. And there's also that new library. So we'll call this recipes as well. Now, what this is nothing's in it because it's not pointing to anything. But if we include the desktop, include this recipes folder, then it's now whatever's in that recipes folder will be in there. And just to show how that works, just create a new text file. Where's it? Text file. We'll just call it chocolate. Chocolate cake. Say, 2 eggs, milk. Just put something in there. We'll save that off, and now we'll go back to our library. And when you click on, and this is the recipe, you see chocolate cakes in there. So it does point to that folder. So on the desktop recipes. Now, it kind of illustrates my point of why we want to do an icon. When you come in here, it's easy to see books and code because we got these nice icons, but you get this default downloads icon when you create a new library. And so what I want to show is how we go about creating our own icon and assigning our own icon. So first off, I'll jump the gun a little bit, and I will point it to the ideas icon, just to give you an idea of how this is done. And then we'll go through the steps of actually creating our own icon. Now, of course, you can point to the default icons in Windows and get some of these icons if you want to reuse them. But I kind of like making my own. It just feels more like it's my own. Yeah, it's custom to me, so it's I kind of like that feel of having my own things. So for recipes, what we need to do is we'll go to let me just go here. Sorry, actually we'll open up a new Windows Explorer, and what you do is go on the C drive under Users. It's actually no, and then your username. And then you do app data, and then it's called roaming. It's a roaming profile now. It depends on what profile you're using, but in my case it's a roaming profile. And then it's Microsoft, then Windows, and then libraries. Now what this is you'll see our new. I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller, just a little bit. So we can distinguish them, make it just slightly even smaller than this one. Try to make this one a little bit bigger, actually. Okay, so we have our recipes. Anyway, so what we'll do is you'll see that we have recipes right here. I'm going to click on this idea one because I'm going to take some stuff. And I use Sublime Text just as a text editor. It's a free text. Well, so it's kind of a free text editor. You can donate money and pay for it. And so I'm just going to copy this line. It's the icon reference. And what we'll do is we'll right click on this and open. And you can open this up in Notepad as well. Open that up in Notepad. And you'll see, so for the ideas one, they usually put it under the is library panel, or is library pinned. So we'll do that. So by saving that, so you'll see that all I did was right click on here. Again, I'm in the app data roamings, so I'm in under the profile, right clicked on recipes, and open that up, and opens up this XML file, and then we just paste in this node called icon reference, and then you point to the icon that you want to get to. And that's it. You'll see that now, now that that's done, it's actually shows up automatically. So it's that simple. But what I like to do is I like to step you through on how to make a quick icon in Photoshop. What I'd like to show you is how to actually make your own custom icon. Now in Windows, you need to create an ICO file for these to work. In order to do that, you need to actually download a plugin in Photoshop. By default, you can't save an ICO file or export an ICO file from Photoshop. So I'll quickly show you how to do that. I'm going to use Photoshop Creative Cloud CC 2015 to do this. And there's this plugin, this open source plugin that's been out there for quite a while. And I'll just show you how to find that plugin so that you can create an ICO file. So just type in Photoshop ICO plugin, and there we go. And as you can see, I've already downloaded it before, but it's telegraphics.com.au, and it's open source, and it's a pretty good one. Now I'm actually in Australia at the moment, so there might be one for the US or somewhere else, but that might work as well that I'm unaware of. But this one's worked well for me in the past. And yeah, when you come here, you just click on download latest version, and then you get to it detected that I have Windows, and then you come down to, sorry, it's right here, sorry, 64-bit. So what you do is you click on that to download and stuff. So anyway, download that, and you open it up, and you have this this ICO format 64.8 BI. If you copy that, and I'll just navigate, you know, I have two spots where this could be, so I always forget. So anyway, we'll just go ahead and navigate to program files. And it's 64-bit, so it should be in here. Adobe, yeah, here we are. So we'll go to Photoshop, and then plugins. Okay, sorry, it's in acquired, and then plugins, and then in file format. You can see I've already copied it in there, but yeah, you just copy it in there, and what that does is it allows you to save it to an ICO file. Now there is a caveat here, and that is the file size has to be a certain dimension, and the DPI has to be a certain DPI, and I'll show you that here in a bit. So once that's there, you bring up, so again, you download that from this URL. telegraphics.com.au/SW product ICO format #ICO format. So once you've done that, we're ready to go. Okay, now let's look for a recipe icon, and I've already sort of spotted one that I like, and I really like this one. So what we'll do is we'll save this one. And I think I've already saved it. It's okay, we'll save it again. We'll save it in my, yeah, we'll save it in the playgrounds area. So kind of, I can play it out. Okay, there we are. So now that that's saved. So now all we need to do is open up Photoshop. Okay, there we are. Okay, so now I'll say new file. Now I have this I've already configured this, so you can create a new, you can save a preset basically and give it a name. So you can set all this stuff up, and then once you set it up, you say save preset, and it gives it to you. So I've saved this icons preset. The reason being is I found that doing 256 by 256 and 192 DPI is probably the best. I get the best results from that, and of course you want to have 8-bit with the alpha channel. Okay, so that gives us this. Now, what we'll do is we'll bring in that image. So we'll just go ahead and open that image. That was in Photoshop Icon, Playground. Then see some of the ones I've been, some icons that I really liked off the web. I don't know if that's a good thing to do or a bad thing, but I've done it. So anyway. So okay, so you bring that in, and that just happened to fit quite nicely. Now I'm actually gonna, oh sorry, that's a different thing. So now I'm a software developer, so there's probably better. If you see me doing something that makes you cringe, because I don't always know what the best thing is. So Control T gives me lets me do a transform, and I hold down the Shift key so that I keep it uniform. And I like to give it about a few pixels just around the edges here. So again, there could be a faster way to do this. I'm just not aware of it. Okay, and then hit Enter to submit that. Like this, maybe I should try it first. So okay, so if we do Save As, now we already have the ICO. So see, this wouldn't have shown up if we didn't put in that plugin. The other thing you might run into, I'm just going to show you really quick, is if you change the image resolution to something, I don't know, say 256. Say OK. Then we'll try and export that to an ICO. So make this a bit smaller. It's not an option. So you can't see it as an option, and so that's one issue you might run into. So again, I've found that having 256 by 256 and 192 DPI has worked out the best for me. If you can find another setting that's a higher resolution, then go for it. But I found that this has worked out well. Okay, so let's just go ahead. So that's centered. So let's go ahead and just save that. We'll just save that as, save it out here actually. Save it as an icon. And we'll just call it, kind of follow the convention here. We'll just call it recipes icon. Save. And yep, standard. And now it hasn't changed yet because we haven't modified the file. So we just need to come in here, right click on this, open it up in Sublime Text, and change this to recipes icon. And save that, Control S, and there we have it. It's been updated. So it's really that simple. And look, I mean that does look pretty nice, to be honest. It's quite simple. I was going to show you how to do this kind of a 3D look, but maybe we'll do that on a different video. So there you have it, and it points to your recipes, and you're done. You have a nice icon, and so when you open up Windows Explorer, you click on Libraries, quickly your eye goes right to that, and you know where to navigate. It just makes it a lot nicer when you have a custom icon like that. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll show you how to do some of these shiny things and some fancy things with icons later on. Alright, thanks so much.